Story 1. The Swing That Never Stopped. There's this old park near my house that barely anyone goes to anymore. It's small, kind of run down, with rusted monkey bars and one broken seesaw. I liked going there at night sometimes just to think, since no one else was around. One night around 10 p.m., I went there after a long day. It was dead silent, which was normal. But as I got closer to the swings, I saw that one of them was already moving. It wasn't windy. Everything else was still. But the swing was going back and forth like someone had just been on it. I stopped and just watched it. It kept going, not fast, not slow, just steady. I looked around to see if maybe someone had been there and ran off, but the place was empty. The weird thing was, the swing didn't stop. I stayed for like 10 minutes and it just kept moving at the same pace. I walked away, kind of creeped out, and as I left, I heard the chains creak louder, like the swing was going higher. I haven't been back there since. Something about that swing just felt wrong, like it wasn't swinging on its own, like it was swinging for someone. Story 2. The Man Behind the Tree. When I was younger, I used to walk my dog through this big public park. It had a bunch of trees and trails that twisted around for miles. One time, I went alone because my dog wasn't feeling well. I figured I'd just take a short walk before it got dark. I was maybe 10 minutes in when I noticed this man standing behind a tree. I only caught a glimpse of him at first, just part of his face peeking around the trunk. I looked away for a second, and when I looked back, he was gone. I kept walking, but felt like I was being watched. Every time I passed another tree, I got that same feeling. Eventually, I turned around and started walking back fast. That's when I saw him again, farther up the trail, behind a different tree. He wasn't walking, he wasn't running, just there, always behind something. I didn't stop again. I ran until I got out of the park and didn't look back. I don't know if it was someone messing with me or something else, but I never walked that trail alone again. Story 3. The Tunnel Slide. This one park we used to hang out at had this huge tunnel slide. It was all metal and built into a hill. During the day, it was fun, but at night it looked like a dark hole. One time, my friends dared me to go down it after dark. I wasn't scared at first. I climbed up the back of the hill and sat at the top of the tunnel. It was pitch black inside. I pushed myself down and immediately felt like something was wrong. The slide felt way longer than usual. I kept sliding and sliding. It didn't stop. The air got cold, and I swear I felt something brush against my leg. Then I landed, hard, on dirt, not on the usual sand pit at the bottom. I was behind the slide, next to the hill, but it felt off, like the place had changed. I ran around the hill, and for a second I couldn't find the park. It was like the layout was different. Then, suddenly, everything snapped back. The swing set, it was all back to normal. I didn't go near that tunnel slide ever again. Something about it. I don't think it's just a slide. Story 4. The Park Lights That Weren't On. There's this park I passed every day on my way home. It always had its lights on after 6 p.m., and they were bright, enough to light the whole area. One night, I was walking past it later than usual, and I noticed the lights were off. Completely off. Which was weird, because the rest of the streetlights were working fine. I looked into the park and saw something sitting on the bench. I could only make out the shape because of the glow from my phone, but it was definitely a person. They weren't moving, just sitting, kind of hunched over. I kept walking, trying not to stare. But then I heard something behind me, footsteps on grass. I turned around and the bench was empty. Whoever was sitting there was gone, but I couldn't see anyone on the path. I picked up my pace, and just before I turned the corner, I glanced back one last time. All the lights in the park were on again. That bench was still empty, but I knew what I saw. And whatever it was, it didn't want to be seen in the dark.